I tried. I really did try. As a kid, taken to church, I did my best to be a good little soldier and to try and force myself to believe and reconcile all of the little differences and a lot of the discrepancies that came from the different youth group leaders and the Bible itself and so forth. And frankly, I think that now as an adult, I've had to spend more time trying to repair parts of my mind that were essentially damaged by that really illogical concept than I really should have had to. Can you kind of relate to that? Are you a Christian refugee like me? Essentially failed to adapt from, as I just stated, as a kid and going to the church and trying to be a part of the process, thinking that that was the right thing to do because I wanted to please my parents. I wanted to be the good little kid, and it just didn't take. It's not like I was a bad kid, it's just I wasn't able to buy into the idea of being born some disgusting creature that was unworthy and needing redemption that I never asked for from somebody I didn't know very well. Now let me clear that up. Let me just be very clear about that. I'm actually a big fan of Jesus and his teachings, but I will never ever be a fan of the church. The church has ruined religion for I think most of us. Anyone watching this anyway. If you haven't clicked away, then you're probably with me. Am I right? I think so. So, anyway, first of all, the church is the problem, but I'm not really here to harp on that too much. The other part is the Bible. Um, for the life of me, I don't understand how it is that you can refer to something as the Bible when there are 40 something different versions of it, and all of them tell a rather different version of the story, some of which have books that aren't included in others, some of which have important figures that aren't included in others. I was raised in a non-denominational church. Um, I don't know who Mary Magdalene is. That was never a part of the story. Mary Magdalene didn't exist in the New International Version. That's what I'm talking about. How can you possibly call something the Holy Bible when it can't even agree with itself on something like that, like the central characters? You see what I'm saying? It's like Doctor Who, just kind of pick your season and go with it. Um, Here's the things that I liked though. I liked prophets. I liked the Magi. I liked miracles. I liked all of the miraculous feats that occurred, as well as things like Joshua, the conquering hero, and King David and Solomon, and the wisdom and the rulership and so forth. All of this is great. In fact, if you take away the church and the way that they try to bend a lot of those stories, you'll see the Bible is really just a giant collection of stories of eyewitness accounts and or reports of magical and or miraculous phenomenon. It's a book of magic, even though it tries to talk about how evil magic and so forth is, and that's fine. We'll get to that at a different point. Keep this in mind, and this is important. Jesus was not the only one to work miracles in the Bible. Jesus wasn't even the only one to work miracles in the New Testament. There's something more going on behind the scenes about the ability for the individual to awaken something within themselves, coming into alignment with some part of their deeper nature that awakens something more. And that something more actually gives you a certain amount of command and control over the real world around you. And frankly, in stumbling around trying to fix all of the different little holes that I found in my mind, my psyche, from all the years of trying to comply with the church, I developed and I sort of stumbled into, discovered, and developed a training system that helps to awaken and alleviate so many of these things, as well as sort of combining the best of the stuff that came from the Bible, as well as other religious texts, as well as things like comic books and superhero mythology in the common, lexicon. And ultimately, that's what we wanted from the Bible anyway, isn't it? Like a practical system that teaches us how to be better and bigger and more amazing than we are already. But that's the one thing the Bible really truly lacks. So if you want to get a little bit deeper into that, then just go ahead and watch this next video right here, and I will see you there.